Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been rocking a different kind of wig lately. I like to call it a burgundy red wig. A lot of you guys asked how I made it, and luckily enough I did film the whole dyeing, bleaching and wig making process. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys in this video. The first thing that I did was actually bleach the knot on the frontal. I usually don't do this, but I wanted this to look as natural as possible. What I just did is I added some bleach and developer, and I mixed it together into a nice thick consistency, not too runny, more bleach than developer. So the hair that I used is from a company called Maxine hair from AliExpress. I will be filming a full in-depth review on the hair, so stay tuned to that. So then I just placed the bleach onto the hair in patting motion, not rubbing motion. If you carefully pat the bleach onto the lace, it doesn't seep through the frontal and onto the hair, it just stays on the lace, and that's what we want. And I left that on for about 20 minutes or so, and I just rinsed that off with some water and shampoo. The shampoo that I used throughout this whole process was the Tresemme shampoo. They do really good shampoo. I didn't condition it straight after because I knew I still had to bleach the hair and dye it. So next we're just gonna bleach the hair to lighten the hair, to make the hair super light, but just lighter so that it can take the dye that we're gonna apply after. I just made the same bleach and developer consistency. It wasn't too thick, kind of more liquidy, and I just applied that straight onto the hair just to get the hair lighter. Try and make sure you get every single strand. This can be a pretty messy, long, tedious process, but just keep on applying it. I didn't add it on to the roots of the bundle because I wanted it to have that darker effect. Moving on to the lace frontal, you need to be a bit more careful with how you bleach this one. I like to part it and separate it with some tin foil just to make it easier to apply it and not make the process too messy. Then I just apply the bleach and developer onto the frontal, not applying it to the root like I said earlier. I want the roots to be darker and then the red hair to kind of come down, if that makes sense. So yeah, just apply that throughout the whole hair. To dye this hair, I made my own little kind of dye mixture. So what I used was the Garnier dye in dark Barney, and I mixed that with some of the Adore dye in Wild Cherry and Intense Red. So I just put in the whole Garnier dye straight into a bowl, and I mixed it with the coloring that came with it as well. And then I added about 4 spoons of Wild Cherry, 4 or 5, and about 2 of Intense Red. I didn't want it to be too bright, that's why I only used 2 of Intense Red. You could just leave it with a dark Barney and that would give you more of a darker, but I wanted some of the redness to kind of seep through it, which is why I went in with the lighter red colors as well. So I'm just gonna apply that straight onto the hair, and I left it on for about an hour and 30 minutes because I really wanted the color to go straight into the hair and really get in there. So next I'm going to go into styling the frontal. As you guys probably know, this is a very tedious process. So this is what the frontal looked like. It's not too dense, not too bad. What I just did is damped it with some water, sprayed some water on it, and I got tweezing. I tweezed and tweezed and tweezed. I really wanted the frontal area to look as natural as possible, but you need to be careful that you don't over tweeze as well. I went in with a tweezer because I had more control with the kind of hair I was taking out, and what I did was I parted it and then I would tweeze in between the hair as well, so that I wouldn't get too many bald patches and everything would kind of flow together nicely. So I part it and then tweeze, and that's basically what I did for like an hour or so. Here are my friends my sister interrupting. Yeah, that's basically what I did. I kept tweezing, parting, tweezing, parting. I really did speed through this process, but it did really take me a long time. I tried to customize it to fit my own head. If you want a more in-depth video, I could also film that. Just let me know.
Cry me a river, oh, cry me a river, oh, cry me a river, cry me a river.
So next I'm going to go on to sewing on the bundles. First thing I did do was sew on the frontal. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry guys, my camera was not recording. I can't believe this. I was actually so pissed, but I think I'm going to film another video properly of how I sewed on the frontal. But I just basically sewed around the perimeters of it, and then I just went in straight with the bundles. After that, I used 3 bundles and a frontal, so that was more than enough. You can use 4 if you want it to be extra full, but because the frontal take up a lot of space on the head, I just used 3 bundles, and I basically just sewed through my weft and knotted, sewed through my weft, knotted. This is not really a beginner friendly video. If you know how to make wigs already, then you probably get the gist of this, but if you don't, it might be a bit confusing. But there's so many wig making videos out there. I actually have another wig making video as well that I did 2 years ago, so you can also check that out if you want something more in depth. I also didn't cut the weft because I didn't want it to shed too much, so I just did the fold over method and I kept on sewing. So finally, this is kind of what it looks like. It needs a lot of styling. I just off the extra piece of wig that was beneath the lace so that it doesn't seep through. I also did sew an elastic band onto it as well to help it make it more secure. Stay tuned to the video where I show you guys how I style it and stuff like that. For now, thank you all for watching. I have all links in the description bar for everything that I used in the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.